Today we have a look into the Zoom MS-60B Plus Multi-Stomp, a little Swiss Army knife for bass players, which is really affordable and gives you a powerful unit to rehearse, to play a gig with, to have it in your bedroom as practice tool. And this is the little unit by itself. It's, yeah, like a boss pedal size, really tiny, has one foot switch, has like 4 switches for the menu, 4 encoder, which are like endless encoder with buttons. We have like 1 input, we have 2 outputs, which can be used as like your normal wet output, and you can decide where you have the second output. If you want to use like an amp and you want to go into the power amp section, you can use that, or into your normal amp in front. You got 9-volt power plug and even USB-C for MIDI. If you want to have MIDI on this unit, you can have it with USB-C. Otherwise, there's a battery compartment in the back. So you see, it's also usable with batteries. But before we gonna check out the unit, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the unit, what's inside. So there are 95 effects, 11 preamps, 11 realistic amps and cabinets. There's like some kind of special IR technology. So at different volumes they recorded the IRs, so the speaker reacts differently, and therefore it sounds also seems like a little bit different than other IRs. It's like multi-IR, they call it. If you choose an amp model, the IR is directly integrated, so you can't have only the amp, or you can't only have the cab. They're always together, and you can have up to 6 different effects at the same time. You can also save 100 presets, which are preloaded with 85 factory presets, so you can explore a little bit before you start your own presets. And there's also an iOS app available if you want to change presets effects over there. This is no problem. You can connect it via USB-C, download the app, and then you're ready to go. But today we're gonna have a look into the unit without the app. So the MS-60B Plus is connected, and we see one big knob. It's for turning on and off effects. We have 2 memory buttons, so we can switch presets by itself, or we can, if we have another preset with more than 1 effect, maybe here, this one, you can scroll between your effects. And we have 4 encoders, which also function as buttons. We have menu, library, delete, and add. So if we want to add an effect, we're gonna click here, and then we're gonna choose if you want to add it on the left side or on the right side, or if you want to cancel it. If you want to delete an effect, you can also do that, execute or cancel. So you have also the library. The library brings you to the effects library, and now you can change the effects by itself and the category of effects. And we have the menu. There is the BPM. You can choose the BPM. Then you can move an effect. If you want to move the compressor or any other effect that you are on, you can change it. So otherwise, you can change the patch name. If you want to change the name, you can just do it. I just don't do it. And we have the R out position, which is the position where you want to have the right output to be between which effects. If you wanted to have it at the front, or between effect 1 and 2, or between 2 and 3, you can choose it. You can decide and go to another effect or to your amp or what you like. So we have revert patch. If you do something wrong, you can revert it to factory or previous. Otherwise, we have copy patch. If you want to copy your patch and experiment with that patch, do a new patch. You can also do that. You can erase the patch if you don't like it. Do it. Output volume. That's also really good to have if you just want to raise the volume of your output without changing every preset. Autosave function, I turn that on. And we have pre-select, which is if you want to change presets, you can do that without changing your current preset. So if you want to go to preset 23, you can do that, and it's blinking now, so it changed the preset when you're stomping. So boom, now you're at the other preset. So you can have several presets and just jump between them. Then we have library sound. Library sound is when you can switch that to patch memory or single effect memory. If you change an effect, the effect is directly implemented in your patch. I can demonstrate that, like we have this sound, the octaver and the vibe. When I change now the octaver, the vibe sound stays. So I'm gonna make like... It's still there. So, but if I, let's say, let's go back to octaver, but let's say I change that to single effect sound, then by changing now the effect, I only hear the effect without the wobble from the vibe. So, you can change that if you like, but I like to have that off. You can use the USB-C, change the channel for that. Battery type, if you use whatever you like. You can have more or less a backlight. I like it normal. Also the contrast, you can have more or less. I take it, leave it by 8. Echo mode, you can leave it on or off to save some battery. Factory preset, reset, the version we are on, and some help if you need help. This is the bass I'm gonna use today. It's an Ibanez EHB 1005 MS with no controls. Everything is passive from pickups directly out to the MS-60B+. So, the first preset is like a graphic EQ, a solid preamp, and an amp called SVT, probably known as Ampeg. Now we're gonna play something. Let's gonna look at some other effects. An octaver and an monotone amp. Solid, pretty solid. We're gonna go further, City E, Boogie Boogie, or something like that. We can work with that. Don't start now. Okay, let's go, but I want to start now. Okay. Oh, bad guy. Or something like that. Yuri ni kakariko. Okay, go. Or something. Sounds really good. I would say we have like then changes. No, sounds good. But we want to do a preset by ourselves now. So we're gonna start with push library. So we have different effect categories. Like the first one are compressors and like also dynamic effects like slow attack if you want to have like fade in sounds. Something like that, or noise reduction for high gain sounds. Some compressors, different kind, also like rack compressors from studio days, limiters, but I like the dynamic compressor. Then we have like a filter section with different EQ sections, exciters, splitters, envelope filters, or like a sequencer. Drive pedals, different kind, especially for bass guitar. Octave, fuzz pedals. So you also got a lot of those. So then we have preamps. We got also a lot of preamps for bass. Famous one, the i5 from Avalon. Also their own gent-like preamp, which is also really nice. Here we have some modulation effects like tremolo, phaser, flangers, what you like. Then we have octaver section for octavers, bass octavers, analog octavers, polyphonic octavers, pitchers, harmonics, polyphonic, everything is there. Then we have a synthesizer section, which you can also like something like that, or a delay section with different kind of delays from analog to tape to digital, dual, reverse, modulation, everything, whole delay. So there is a lot to explore. Reverb section with also different kind of reverbs, and we have a section for different kind of effects like this looper roll. You can play a note and it will be repeated. Yes, like this. Otherwise, we have an phaser and distortion in one. So you don't have to spend 2 blocks on this. A fretless simulator. The famous bomber sound from Zoom from the Zoom effects series. I think I just used the MS series before from Zoom, and yeah, really surprising sound. But we also got the line selector and tap tempo. Last section we got amps. Different amps from Mark Bass to Fender acoustic, Sun amp, Ampeg, whatever you like. So let's start with an amp. I would like to use an Aguilar amp. We have also a lot of options here. We can turn off the deep, turn on the deep. So maybe some the bright also on. And also you can also push, of course, the preamp just a little bit. Now we want to add something to the pedal. So we're gonna click at the left encoder and just want to add something. Now I added it to the left side. I just don't wanted it. So what we gonna do? Oh no, fuck, what we gonna do? We're gonna delete it. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I just didn't delete it. I just added another one. What the now I wanna add some. And I just add it to the right side because I think it would be beneficial to add a compressor. So we have the dynamic compressor. I like to sense a little bit lower, fast attack, and the tone level is pretty good. So now we're gonna add also another pedal. Left, I'd like to have like some kind of overdrive pedal. I like the blueberry. But it's a little bit too much gain. So I like to get the gain down. See also the volume is a little bit too much for this, so it doesn't get too. Yes, and just maybe a little bit more tone. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little bit less gain. We just add another effect, like let's say, let's say chorus. Chorus is always good to have. Let's choose the clone chorus, and now we do it right. Yeah. Okay, we have. Yeah, we can also, oh, that's also everything with depth 1 or depth 2. I think 1 is pretty chill, not too much. Now we're gonna add another effect. We're gonna put 6 effects in this patch, so let's go for it. How about octaval? Always good to have. Let's say we're gonna put the bass octave in. So add, boom. So now we have it inside. But now we have the problem that the bass octave is not at the right position, for my opinion. So How are we gonna change it? We're gonna go to the menu, gonna move effect, and we put it, I like it like directly before the drive section, so the lower octave gets also distorted. So now we're gonna check how much octave we're gonna have, lower octave we're gonna have. And we kind of also like a little bit of EQ and the dry sound. So yeah, but it's a little bit too much low. We have now 5 effects plus amp. Let's do another one. Maybe some room. How about that? Little bright room or little spring reverb or little hall, bright hall. Let's add some bright hall. Now we're gonna add one more effect, an limiter at the end, but we're gonna also change where it is. We're gonna change it to the end. Now we have like some settings here. It's pushing really hard. But we can. So now we've built a preset with 6 different effects, and you can see the Zoom MS-60B Plus is really capable of a lot of stuff. Like I said, with 95 different effects to choose from, 11 preamps, 11 amps. And I think there will be also a little update coming soon. Really tiny, powerful unit for bass players, and it's so tiny you can put it in your pocket, backpack, wherever, and it doesn't disturb anybody. I also already used it on tour with my band Stillbirth. It's solid. It proves to be roadworthy, so I can just recommend it. So now I hope you have a little impression of the Zoom MS-60B Plus and helps you to decide what to buy or what not to buy. If you got any questions, just write in the comments, like, subscribe, and hopefully see you next time.